BBC Television brings you the World Cup from Mexico. All the experience and expertise of the BBC team bringing you the best action from this festival of football.
Go! He's made a jump here, has made play, and he's scored. Jordao's there! It's there! Jordao for Portugal! And after Armstrong! Here's Souness. Oh, he's given them a chance right at the net! Rummenigge! Yes! Rummenigge has made it 3-2.
The World Cup from Mexico on BBC Television.
And this Saturday evening at 10:25, we kick off a new series of 11 programmes which recalls the summer of '66, with action from 24 of the 32 matches which led up to England's magnificent victory in the World Cup. In half an hour, we spend 40 readily digestible minutes in the company of Bob Monkhouse, who celebrates 40 years in show business with his friends and colleagues over lunch at the Variety Club of Great Britain. But first, we continue our investigation into the untimely death of Lindo Mann as QED uncovers some ancient skeletons in the closet, which tell us more about the body out of the bog.
Next week in Commoners' Mock.
If they were out wrong with us, you'd tell me.
You don't fancy going out, do you?
Sorry to barge in.
I want me money.
Strength and a big body, Roberts. I can blow the lid on the whole thing.
They'll take advantage of, that's all.
What's going to happen?
Cancel the war, John. They kick one of us, they kick us all.
Commoners' Mock goes to the dogs. Next Wednesday at 9:30 on BBC1.
He wrote novels that took the world by storm.
It was Ivanhoe that really conquered Europe. It was enormously popular and fashionable.
He built a Gothic fantasy in stone.
He was building himself a stately home. It was an absurd undertaking.
He even reinvented the Scottish nation.
It's not an ancient Highland costume. It's just been made up.
Yet the writer who could count the King of England as a personal friend died a broken man. The Extraordinary Life of Sir Walter Scott. Omnibus Monday, 10:40 on BBC1.
The film on BBC1 at midnight is the story of Bruce Curtis, an innocent teenager who found himself caught up in a terrible crime, leading to a journey into darkness. Now on BBC1, Derek Jacobi heads a star cast in Breaking the Code, the true and tragic story of Alan Turing, the mathematical genius who became an unsung hero of the Second World War.
Well, the country music scene is the theme for BBC 2's film tomorrow night. It's Robert Altman's picture of Nashville, the home of country music, and also the centre of intrigue and corruption. A host of stars gather in pursuit of the American dream in Nashville tomorrow night on BBC 2 at 9 o'clock.
Coming soon to BBC One, the most controversial true crime story of recent years, Fatal Vision. They called him the Golden Boy. Jeff MacDonald seemed destined to have it all. He was a model Green Beret officer and a respected doctor, the perfect father and the perfect husband. It was the happiest time Jeff MacDonald and his wife Colette would ever know. But it all ended one night, the night MacDonald witnessed his family's massacre, the vision he will never be allowed to forget. The crime that captured a nation's attention, the murder the Golden Boy will be accused of committing.
You're sitting there telling me that I killed my wife and kids.
I think so.
The Army is charging Jeff with 3 counts of murder.
This is the most asinine thing I've ever heard. Why? I ask you, why?
Jeff's father-in-law will be one of his strongest advocates.
If I ever had another daughter, I'd still want the same son-in-law.
But he'll have to face the question he's afraid to have answered. Could the man who murdered his daughter be the same man who married her?
I didn't kill Colette. I didn't kill Kimmy. I didn't kill Kristen.
Fatal Vision, soon on BBC One.
Now at 1, Sean Connery and Joanne Woodward book in at the local institution for a fine madness.
On the Preston front, Lloydie's lost his sight.
I'm sorry, mate. I've still got CS gas in my eyes. It's slowing for light.
Hodge has lost his touch.
Bolton's little sister is a mad, violent 20-year-old.
Probably a bit more heartbroken than that, aren't they?
And Diesel's lost his taste.
What do you think you're doing? You all think he's a transvestite?
Senses working overtime.
Do you not listen?
On the Preston front, tomorrow at 10 on BBC1.
When a neighbourly dispute...
Let's just call it even, Manny. I'll forget it if you do.
I never forget anything. Never. It's out of control.
Oh, nice! I want to move.
Well, what happened?
You'd better make sure.
You want to stop me, man? Manny, you got to do it man to man.
You know who you're dealing with.
Just keep out of my face!
Next Door, Saturday at 9 on BBC1.
A standoff in wartime Germany now on BBC One, and the powerful dramatisation of true events. George Siegel and Robert Vaughan star in The Bridge at Remagen.
Christmas movie magic on BBC One.
Nobody is gonna hurt you now.
We are talking about fate.
I'm not Roman.
Don't you walk away from me!
You still killed her, didn't you?
Dead Again, Christmas Eve, 10 o'clock. Stephen Milner.
I record your case.
For all your legal needs.
And when you finish, you just lean across and tap me on the hand, you see. And that way we bypass the conscious mind.
A simple man.
It always used to amaze me that you became a successful solicitor.
With a complicated client.
I employ him to defend my interests.
You don't ditch clients on the basis of personal distaste. Okay?
Then I'm not, dear. What have I said? I'm a solicitor.
Mel Smith is Milner, Monday at 9:30 on BBC One.
The scariest edition ever of The X-Files slots into BBC Two's Weird Night in a few minutes. This is BBC One. Before Match of the Day, here's an update on today's National Lottery draw. The 6 winning numbers are confirmed as 3, 5, 9, 13, 14 and 38, and the bonus number is 30. Preliminary indications are that there are 2 jackpot winners, each winning an unconfirmed £3 million. In an hour from now on BBC One, highlights of the World Championship Golf from Jamaica after Match of the Day.
The government seek to hide it.
Are you accusing these men of covering evidence? It's something the government would kill for.
He is trying to erase it.
The lies are so deep. What did you have me cover up? The only way to cover them is to create something even more incredible.
And they're out to expose it.
What's in this rock we intercepted are answers beyond the existence of extraterrestrial life.
Whatever's in that rock, it appears to be lethal.
Now truth has a new enemy.
He set me up.
You're a liar.
The only lie here is the one that you continue to believe.
The X-Files. Tomorrow at 10 on BBC One.
Side by side, hand in hand, Nigel Havers joins Dangerfield, Friday at 9:30 on BBC One.
There are features on forthcoming BBC programmes in the new Radio Times, which also contains complete listings for all television and major satellite channels. Moving film drama based on a true story now on BBC One as Leonard Nimoy fights to remind mankind of one of its darkest hours.